Okay, so today our special dish is shakshuka. This dish has been in my mind for some time. I've been trying to figure out how we're going to actually cook the vegan eggs on the sauce itself because that's what I wanted. If we ever gonna try this dish, it has to be as authentic as possible. Now, keep in mind that shakshuka throughout Africa, actually throughout the world, it is done differently. But there are those common denominators that we must make sure they are in the dish, like your chili, for example, or cumin, for example, paprika, all those kind of things. They need to be in the dish. But listen, let's not waste our time. You have to watch this video throughout so you don't get to miss anything in case you want to try it. Let's go. Here you can use powdered agar-agar. I just prefer the strips. Put some very hot water. Stir until dissolve. If needs be, put it on the stove a bit. It will quickly dissolve. You can use your own vegan yogurt, but otherwise I've got the homemade one on the description. So if it's your first time here, we've already made this before. It was just fried eggs. What else here? We are making poached eggs. So the recipe for the egg yolk and the sodium alginate, you'll find it on the description. So when you compare these two eggs, the fried and the poached, there is really no much difference. On the yolk side of things, I do not change anything. Everything is exactly the same as the fried. The only change is with the whites. Now with the whites, as you can see, it is fluffy, and that's what we wanted to achieve. And when it sits a bit, because we've used agar-agar, so when it sits a bit, it's going to set because we want to make more like a poached egg. But though we want more like a poached egg, we don't want a boiled egg, or we don't want a hard poached egg. We just want something soft. So I'm sure we're definitely going to achieve what we're looking for. Okay, so now that we are done with our eggs, let us let them set and concentrate on the sauce, shakshuka. All right. Okay, so when it comes to shakshuka, I really think that people across the world, they do it differently. But not really surprisingly, because shakshuka itself means mix it up. So people mix it up anyhow. But what I really think is that though we want to mix it up, we mustn't lose that authenticity of the dish itself. You must make sure that at least you have cumin in there, you've got chili in there, you've got paprika in there, sometimes even harishas. That's what people use sometimes. You need to at least not lose it, if you know what I mean. By the way, you don't really have to use fresh tomato. You can always use tin tomato. I just prefer fresh. You also see that I used miso paste. You don't really have to use miso paste. You can always use tomato paste. By the way, guys, the other most important thing when you are following a recipe is just to know why is that ingredient there and why is it necessary. And that way you can always know the substitute that you can use. And I just think that I'm obsessed with smoked paprika. Guys, I promise you, smoked paprika in a sauce like this. Okay, so now eggs are all set. Let's just pop them in and let the sauce simmer for about 30 minutes. If there's a necessity for you to add water, please do. Look at that, look at that. Here is really up to you. You can chop up some parsley, you can chop up some coriander. I also love mine with a bit of vegan feta, yo. And the recipe is coming soon, by the way, guys. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do, because there's a lot that is coming on the way and you definitely don't want to miss out, especially now. Okay, so for me, kalanamak, I just prefer to sprinkle it on top, and that's it. It does the magic for me. But otherwise, you can always mix it up when you're making the recipe. And let me just ask, what would be the world without sun-dried tomato, guys? What would be the world? And by the way, sun-dried is totally optional. Okay, so please let me know in the comments down below, what is your experience of shakshuka? What ingredients will you add? What ingredients will you subtract? And most importantly, what else would you like us to veganize? Where are you watching from? I would love to know that, because the more I know who's watching my content, the more I can try to veganize their traditional dishes. Please, please, please let me know. The other thing, if you really like this content and you would like to support my work, the link is on the description. I would really love to see you there. Now, guys, if you loved this video, you're definitely gonna like this one.